All right, good morning, tribe. Welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, hanging out back here in the backyard in Ravenscar. It is a Monday. Can't really say a beautiful Monday. It's a little cold. It's a little breezy. Actually, the temperature is nice. It's 43 degrees right now. So that is okay. And it looks like, even though it's pretty gloomy out, the rain is supposed to hold off after quite a bit of rain yesterday. All right. Oh, wow. We actually got 10 people here. Cool. Good morning, 10 silent attendees. So, yeah, some of you know I spent the weekend hunting pigs. Hey, good morning, Alan. Helping a landowner take care of the feral hogs on his property. But pig's going to do what pig's going to do. After weeks of every night the pigs showing up at the game cameras, Saturday night when my buddy and I were sitting out there freezing our asses off, no pigs. For the first time in weeks, no pigs showed up. So we don't know what was going on. Hey, good morning, Charles. Good morning, Denver. Good morning, Surrender. Always a pleasure. Tammy, good morning. Hey, Pam, good morning. Darlene, still up in Iowa. Ooh. Hey, Mike. Hey, Kat. Good morning, April. Wow, 34 degrees in Austin? Nope. Good morning, Tammy. It rained all day yesterday and it was very windy. Yeah, we finished up, well, so my buddy and I, we were sitting out from about 5 p.m., we finally gave up at 1:36 a.m. We were both just frozen solid. It was, in the low 40s and dropped down into the 30s. And we thought we had enough warm weather stuff on, but we did not. But not a pig, not a grunt, not a sign. The next morning, going back, the corn was untouched, so there was no pigs whatsoever. So, kind of a bummer. Is Dad here yet? Nope. Come on, Dad. Join in. Hey, good morning, Charles. So Dad will find this kind of funny because I was sitting on a 5-gallon bucket with a thin little pad on it. That pad did nothing. But sitting on that for hours and hours, just freezing, and I realized, oh my God, I'm ice fishing again. Growing up, Dad loves ice fishing, absolutely loves ice fishing. And so, we would go out in some frozen lake and pound a hole through the ice and sit on some buckets and wait for the fish. And I admit, the first hour was fun, but by hour 4 or 5, it was just not what I enjoyed doing. And then as I sat there on my 5-gallon bucket freezing Saturday night, realizing I'm back to ice fishing. But this was different because with ice fishing, okay, you get a fish. Yay, you get a fish. A single fish. With pig hunting, big pig. So the reward for sitting there freezing your tuchus off is much higher with the pig hunting. But alas, we were skunked. Well, not like a real skunk coming in. I shouldn't use that term because so many of you have skunk issues. But yeah, we didn't see a pig, didn't get a pig. Yeah, pigs can be unreliable. Yeah, there was some storms. So we were camping at the place. My buddy Carl, he just had a hammock set up, and I didn't even bother with the hammock. I just threw down an old army bivy sack down on the ground and slept on that. And we packed up. It was just starting to drizzle, and as we were driving off the property, just deluge. Hey, good morning, Dad. Ice fishing before Christmas. Well, you go, Dad. All right, Dad. How bad is Mom there? How mad is she with me? Yeah, so in the whole hunting and all that, I didn't call Mom yesterday, which yesterday was an important day to call Mom. So I have to call her tonight. Beg forgiveness. Yeah, Kat. I mean, it's easy to pretend you're ice fishing. Just, see if a store will let you sit in one of their walk-in freezers for 6 hours and then walk out with a bag of fish sticks. Hey, Chris. Good morning. Oops. Hey. How you doing, Miss Snow? Good morning. I mean, I haven't been to bed yet. I've been up for 24 hours, but then I see Marcus talking about ice fishing and felt the magic. Not magic. Hey, good morning, Rachel. Dad, I love you, Dad, but man, I'm just not the ice fisher. I love regular, warm weather fishing, sitting there, with a rod and a bobber and a hook and maybe a worm on the hook if I really want to actually catch a fish, sitting there for hours. Yes, sign me up. But ice fishing, no. Hey, Kelsey, welcome back. Oh, wait, I thought you weren't supposed to be back until Wednesday or something, or have I already jumped ahead a week? Oh, wait, no, not you. That was Wolf. Okay. Both cool looking dudes. All right. Yeah. Got to call the mom. Yep. So, mama weather 85 yesterday. So, yeah. I feel bad. I feel really bad. Yeah, built I'm into that wind, fog so bad on the way to church, but wind so bad it could barely stay on the road. It's weird when you have heavy wind and fog together. Yep, lots of birthday love to Mom. Yep. So what happened, Dad? Did you I know you didn't go out. Did Paul's family come over, or? Yep. You're exactly right, Chris. So if you look at animals in warm areas, they have long extremities, big ears, like the rabbit and so forth. So a lot of surface area for the volume, whereas in cold areas, they are balls, where, just fat little balls where you have a little bit of surface area for a lot of interior volume. For those of you who don't remember their high school geometry, the sphere is let's see, I guess it would be the biggest ratio of surface area to volume. If you want a lot of volume with the minimum amount of surface area, you got to make it into a ball, into a sphere. But yeah, my toes, I mean, when my inseam is 37 inches long. So, I mean, the blood going down, cooling off, getting to the toes, having very little heat left. My feet were so cold. I was thinking back, all the different tricks we did in Boy Scouts in Minnesota, and thinking, damn, I should have done that. So I'm a list maker and an after action report writer. So when we got home yesterday, I wrote up, I had my list of things to bring. And so when I got home, I readjusted, took some things off that we didn't need, and then added some different, if the temperature is, this or lower, bring that sort of things. So, hey, cold, I'm a warm, beach-loving Neanderthal. This is good. I think everyone in the tribe, I'm not going to go there. I was going to say is Neanderthal, but only in our dreams. Ooh, almost hit a deer, I said, because I not see, it was a foot away. Thankfully, the deer did not step into the road, but it was close. Fog is super bad. Yeah. Yeah, the Eskimos are built like kegs. Oh. Cat, yeah, you're definitely not small. I love the cold, but I have more of the volume than length. Haha. And the fiery red hair and spirit. Yep. That's what I used to do. Wonder Bread. Yep. The bread bags outside your socks, inside your boots to keep your toes warm. It's a vapor barrier. And then cayenne pepper. Rubbing the feet with some cayenne pepper. causes the blood vessels there to dilate, to open up, and so you get more blood flowing through there and more heat transfer. So I want to try it. I make a medicinal cayenne pepper cream, and I want to try that on my feet and see if that works. Hey, Bonnie. Did you get notification, Bonnie, or did you just show up? Either way is good, the fact that you're here. Thank you for coming here on a Monday morning, Bonnie. Yeah, Rexana, it's cold out. And I realized, there's a difference sitting out here for an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it ends up being, and sitting out in the same temperature with the same clothing for 8 hours, especially if all you're doing is sitting there. But yeah, it'd get cold, and luckily I had a thermos of hot coffee, so once I started shivering, I'd shiver for a while and try and use that muscular heat generation do its thing, and then I'd take a big swig of hot coffee and warm the insides, and then I'd stop shivering for a bit, and that would last for like 20-30 minutes, and then I would start shivering again. Yep, and I'm kicking myself because I have silk long johns. So Mike Williams is saying, silk long johns for cold weather hunting, available at Academy. I purchased mine with a gift card received at Christmas. Yeah, I have long johns, silk long johns, and I have this pair of, I don't know, they're like Polish World War II thick wool military pants that are really nice. And I thought, I won't need it. And I admit part of it is I didn't want, assuming we got a pig, I didn't want to get my wool pants full of blood while we were butchering it. I have an apron, so, I think that'd be okay. Anyway, yeah. Live and learn. Use the gear. I mean, I have the cold weather gear. I got, one of the hats with the big earmuffs, the Alaskan Mad Bomber hats. That would have been perfect that night, but what are you going to do? Can't go back in time. All you can do is prepare for the future. Hey, good morning, Barbara McFadden. How are you today on this Monday morning? Staying warm, drinking coffee, getting ready for the weather. Okay, black walnut hulls ground works great. I make it for my son, and he's cured his athlete's foot. Yeah, the black walnut shells are an amazing fungicide. Are his feet kind of black now, though, from the staining properties of the black walnuts, which is actually kind of cool. I think it'd be fun. If someone see my feet, your feet are black, Mark. Yes, they are. But do you see any fungus? All right. Hey, good morning, Johnny. How are you all doing over on your side of town? All right, go get some sleep. I know what it's like to be up for hours and hours and hours and days and days and days. And as much fun as the party is, sometimes you just gotta, get your hugs and go. So, sleep well. Hey, Jennifer. So absolutely true. Won't need that. Yep. So, like I said, I got my list. And next time, I will have the stuff. Hey. Carpenters are in the house. Hey, Lily, good morning. Happy Monday. You're going to rule the school this week? Better. Counting on you. You're my little ambassador to the younger generation, Lily. Let's see. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Wondering if you can talk some more about how mushrooms are closer to animals than being plants. Oh, yeah. Great topic. Okay. So, yeah. If you look at the biological tree, everything started from the little bacteria, but then they ended up in 3 major branches, and now they've kind of added 4. But so you have the plants, and plants, they have chlorophyll. They take the energy, they use the chlorophyll to take the energy from the sun and convert it into molecules to build themselves up. And one of the other key things is they have a rigid cell wall surrounding them. The cell wall, Chirpy's here. The cell wall is made of cellulose and lignin. So hard cell wall. Then you have the animals, and they cannot produce their own energy. They need to consume, something and break it down. So they have a digestive system that actively breaks things down to take the specific nutrients from it and then recombine it into other things. So the plants are using sunlight and carbon dioxide and turning it into stuff. Animals are taking some other living thing, consuming it. Digestive system breaks it down, and then they take the pieces and reassemble it. Around their cells, they have kind of a loosey-goosey, floppy cell membrane. And it's mainly like a bilipid layer. Basically, we're really intelligent soap bubbles, if you really want to do the earliest model of it. Yeah. So think of plants have this paper wrapping, whereas animals are just soap bubbles, because they have the lipid cellular membrane, which is soft and not rigid and floppy, and it's through the bones and the muscles that we retain our structure. Okay, and then we have mushrooms. And mushrooms, they look like plants, but they don't have chlorophyll. They can't photosynthesize. They have to digest other things. So the mushrooms, they produce digestive enzymes that dissolve the stuff around them and then slurp up, what they've dissolved. If you remember how flies vomit on their food and their enzymes in the vomit that dissolves the food and then the flies slurp it up, it's kind of what mushrooms are doing. So they have digestive enzymes to break down, the stuff around them to slurp it up. No chlorophyll, but they also do not have a cell wall. They don't have a cell wall like a plant. So their cell membranes are closer to animals, in that they are mixtures of, whereas the animals, if you want to say soap bubble, you wouldn't be far off, because it's like fatty surfactant-y type molecules linked together. The mushrooms, the cell membranes are basically made of sugar with assorted shrubbery stuck to the sugar. So you can think plants have the cellulose membrane, animals have the fatty, basically made of fat, bubbles of fat, and then mushrooms are bubbles of sugar and everything inside them. And so completely different than, they're closer to animals in that they produce the digestive juices to dissolve their food and then, like I said, slurp it up, rather than creating their food inside themselves. And then their membrane, the cellular membrane, being a non-rigid structure, it's a little more rigid than your meat protein or a meat cell, but it's not the cellular wall. It's a cellular membrane. So it sounds like, okay, wall, membrane, what's in there? Think thinness and toughness. So does that help you there? Why are the differences? Okay. Yep. Oh, Mike, yep. The Alaskan bomber hats, those things are so good in cold weather. That's what I wear up in Minnesota. Yeah, definitely try it, Bonnie. The cayenne pepper would help the circulation of the feet. Very, very, very likely. You can get the cayenne pepper creams. You can do as simple as sprinkle cayenne pepper in your socks. I would play around a bit to find out how much is the right amount and how much is too much. And then also keep in mind that there's a chance that your feet will pick up kind of an orange color that could transfer to like white clothing and furniture and so forth. So I would recommend getting an old pair of socks, comfy socks, or even just like cotton tube socks or something as your cover when you're experimenting with the cayenne pepper on your feet, just to keep it from spreading elsewhere. Hey, good morning, Alicia. Hey, Lily, telling you, you're my ambassador. You are the next generation of Merriweather donut shop maker people. Someday you're going to look back. You're going to remember your parents hanging out at this weird donut shop, and you're going to think, the world needs a new donut shop. It's up to you. Yep, phospholipid bilayer saved by the nurse. That's the humans. Basically soap touching soap. Okay, Mike, speaking of mushrooms, what book for beginners would you recommend? So I would say 100 Edible Mushrooms by Michael Coe, because it teaches the identification of pretty much all the edible mushrooms in North America. But what I love about it is he starts you out in the grocery store and has you buy a portobello and the white button mushroom, and most good grocery stores will have oysters. So he'll have you buy a series of different mushrooms, walk you through the dissection of those mushrooms to teach you, this is a cap, this is a false gill, this is a true gill, this is what I'm talking about with the stipe, this is, all the different things that the book, says on this mystery mushroom, look for the, does it have true gills or false gills? And in your mind, you're going, you are using a language I don't understand. So Michael, in his book, 100 Edible Mushrooms, starts out by teaching you the lexicon of mushroom identification with hands-on, real examples, assuming the produce manager, you'd think they'd have the mushrooms in the meat department. Go figure. Assuming the produce manager labeled the mushrooms correctly, which is probably a safe bet. He starts you there, teaches you with, an actual mushrooms in hand, what you should be looking for. And then when you're out in the woods, what to be looking for. Does that make sense? If you go to, my Amazon shop, let me just do something here. Screw it. Okay, so if you go to Amazon/shop/Foraging Texas, there's links on the Foraging Texas. I have the six-step path to become a master forager, and I think section 4 is the mushrooms. Section 4 or section 5, but it's labeled mushrooms, and it has the books I recommend for mushrooms in Texas in particular, but then also Michael Coe's book. You have no idea how right you are there, Alicia, our fungal overlords. Very true. Hey, Wolf, good morning. How are you? Thought you weren't going to be back until next Wednesday. Showing this to my son, and he says he likes your outfit. I look like Luke Skywalker. So what's sad about this is your son probably is more familiar with old Luke than young Luke. So, interesting fact. In the original Star Wars A New Hope, Sir Alec Guinness, the guy who played Ben Kenobi, he was 55 years old, but they made him seem like he was much older. I'm 3 years away from being the age of Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, A New Hope. I have to process that. Oh, cool. Alicia, kiddo had a test on that. Cells this year. Had a test about energy transformations last night. Cool. Hey, Kimberlyn. Nope, no pigs. There was no sign of pigs. We sat on 5-gallon buckets, freezing our tuchuses off for 8 hours, having a great time. Just quietly, just 8 hours, and if maybe you hear something snap in the woods, okay, maybe they're coming. Nope, no pigs. Oh man, so it's your fault, Wolf. Texas is preparing this cold weather for your arrival. Dress warm. Hey, Henry. Do anything on the truck this weekend, Henry? Mini Wolf demanding to be there for Christmas. Understandable. Yep. That's the thing about mushrooms. They really are. And that's why you don't want to wash them with water much. Traditionally, the mushrooms just use a dry brush to brush anything clinging off them because they really absorb water. So if you run any water over them, they act like sponges, like Kelsey is saying. And then they get kind of just yucky. Oh, so we didn't see any pigs, but I did find, and I haven't put it up here, I did find a beautiful dead tree with lion's mane mushrooms on it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. So this lion's mane was bigger than my fist. It's about the size of my two fists together. So big, big mushroom. And so I took a third of it and chopped it up and added it to my Spam that I had for supper. So I had a Spam and lion's mane mushroom sandwich for supper. Oh man, yeah, we are 1 degree below your high. So, ooh. Oh man, Kelly, headed down to New Braunfels for the $100 ham. I gotta say that thing needs to be covered in gold foil or something. But yeah, the plan was to get a pig, and then next Saturday or next Sunday, sit here and smoke the hams while drinking beer and probably doing the same sort of live cast like I did for Thanksgiving, because I really wanted to. Oh wait, no, next Saturday I'm teaching, or this Saturday, yeah. So, those of you in Austin, you can still get in on the Austin area class. It's actually by Wimberley, but yeah, I'll be up there Saturday morning teaching. So if you go to the Foraging Texas website under upcoming classes, the Spoke Hollow Outfitters, there's still some slots available. So, okay, Tina, with cold, wet, us feeling a little run down and coldish, we had mushroom stew yesterday. Lion's mane, oyster, shiitake, bellas. Oh, lots of onion and garlic and herbs. It was so delicious, and you woke up feeling better. That's awesome, Tina. Where did you get the mushrooms? You get them from like Robert Patrick there, or do you have just an amazing grocery store? Hey, good morning, Sarah. How are you today? Ooh, my coffee is getting cold. Oh well, still coffee. Oh, hey, it was good weather for just hanging out. But when you say laid up, were you like injured or just chilling? I hope it was just chilling. All right, Kat, stay warm, stay wise. Oh, there's an unknown person saying hi. Good morning. Hi. So, Carolyn, where are you in Texas? I am, let me just put you up here. I'm up on the north side of Houston, kind of on the Houston spring border there. And then this weekend I was up near Alto, Texas, kind of East Texas, trying to hunt pigs, but didn't find anything. Okay, cool. Yes, Robert. So Robert Patrick has Indian Creek Mushroom Farms up in Livingston. Amazing mushrooms and amazing stuff, an amazing woodworker, just a really skilled, nice guy. So yeah, he supplies a lot of the fancy restaurants with mushrooms here in Houston, and he sends them to different farmers markets. So yeah, good selection. Look, Bonnie, my neighbor shot 2 pigs. 2 of his pigs over the weekend. I don't like pork or pigs, but I felt bad about Bug Brown one. But when I saw them dragging the baby, I just lost it, put it to death right in my face. I felt bad about the Bug Brown one, but when I saw them dragging the, yeah. But I know every fall, I mean, that's why you have pigs. If you're a pig farmer, is their food. But yeah, sometimes there's things you do in private and things you do out. Yeah, metal and coal doesn't work well. It sucks the heat from the body, doesn't it? Understandable. Cool, Mike. Yep, I think you'll like it. Definitely for beginners, 100 edible mushrooms is the place to start. Ooh, are wild pigs mean? I think I have some on my upper property, but I'm scared to walk up there now after watching Old Yeller. Yeah, wild pigs are mean. They're big and brave, and they're protective of their babies, and usually they always have babies. So it's generally recommended, like hunting them. Don't go looking for them. Let them come to you. You know, bait a piece of land and take them out that way, because if you corner them or make them feel threatened, they're as likely to charge at you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The following visuals may be too graphic for some viewers. Okay. So we got the pig. Oh, it's time for the group take. But so this was a little pig, and so its tusks weren't very big. But on a mature pig, the tusks can be 3 inches long, and they really are razor sharp. So, and they know how to use them, and they have one's coming down and one's coming up. Okay. So, yeah, you don't want to just stumble across pigs, because they're like the grizzly bears we have here, our closest thing to grizzlies and bears. Okay, time for the group take. I need to open up my hand here. Ooh, definitely the liver pill. Needing to keep that liver going. Cleanse, support, detoxify, protect. And, whoops. It's interesting. The liver pill came out first, and then the brain pill came out like a month later. But the brain pill is just screaming in sales past the liver pill, and the liver pill is doing really well. So the liver pill and the brain pill are our two big sellers. Like I said, when I get cold, I have a hard time swallowing. I don't know why. Oops. The immune pill. Oops. Support, maintain, prepare, fight. And for those of you that are new here, the Medicine Man Plant Co. is my company. Well, I don't own the company. I am the Medicine Man herbalist chemist for the company. So I'm the one who formulates these pills using traditional plants and mushrooms that actually have scientific research backing. So the dosages are based on scientific studies of how much of this plant or mushroom you need to actually have an effect. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Down to my last 3 of the brain pill. So memory, focus, mental clarity, attention. And this one smells so wonderful. So it has the lion's mane mushroom, that mushroom I found out in the woods, sage and ginkgo leaf. And that was the last one. The bottle is empty. Time to repurpose it. Hey, good morning, Katie. How are you today? Staying warm? Libido pill. There's a time in a man's life. Oh, well. Ooh. Thank you. Ooh, your face is being torn up by pigs? A lot of places are in Texas. Oh, almost forgot. Sorry. So the blood pressure pill is the next one that'll be out. It'll be out soon. And then I'm working, let's just focus on the anxiety pill. Like I said, I don't have anxiety. But I take the things beforehand for a while just to see if I can notice, different things. Self-testing. All right. Let's just look here. I have the COVID test today. I was supposed to see my hemoc today and can't because of fever and coughing. Pretty sure it's allergies that turned into a sinus infection that migrated to my chest. I'm not too thrilled about the swab. How much worse than the flu swab is it? I have no idea. Anyone have the swab? I know Tina, you've had the swab, haven't you, Tina? How would you describe the swab? It doesn't look pleasant, I have to admit. Looks like a big old Q-tip going up into the back of the nose and sinuses. I don't know. Oops, where? Oh, that's a question too. Okay. Let's see. Big brown in the dino traps. I thought I saw. Yeah, when I told John you didn't get one, he asked, when would he like me to put a coin in the pig vending machine? Saturday night, Tina. And I'll come up Sunday and get whatever you have. Lily is asking me if we can send you one of our pigs. I'm okay with that. Like I said, Tina Marie is going to try and trap some for me this coming Saturday. And so if she doesn't succeed, then maybe I'll hit you up. Okay, is there a temperature best for painting house numbers on a rock? Follow what paint says or warmer. Yeah, so the ideal temperature for paint is usually 65 degrees to about 80 degrees. Up above 80 degrees, the solvents have an tendency to evaporate away too quickly, and you don't get the polymer matrix, the stronger polymer matrix. And then lower than that, the bad things happen too. So I would at least wait until 65 degrees if it can get up that warm, and then let the rock kind of sun warm for that while. But then you want it to stay 65 for a number of hours. John, yeah, Alto is a neat area. It is beautiful. They are restoring the grasses up there by the Cato Mounds. Probably what I learned from you, the Master Naturalist. Cool. Yeah, we drove past the Cato Mounds on the way out to where we were going, and it's slowly rebuilding. The Medicine Woman Garden is coming together. They still have just the temporary trailer house type thing for the museum and all that, but they are rebuilding. Yep, cool, Denver. Yeah, that's what I did growing up, and then my girls used to help me with the butcher the deer. Okay, on the SWAS. Kimberly, it's not too bad. My doc did it twice. Same thing, sinus infection, but running that fever. Okay. Hey, Linda, too bad we can't clone you. Previous knowledge we should all know and embrace. Man, I could use a clone or three. But then the Clone Wars would start, and anyway, sorry. Slipping into Star Wars mode. Yeah, the lady in Beaumont area killed by the wild pigs. Yeah, the 75-year-old lady that came out of her house and there were wild pigs in her yard and they attacked her. Yep. Oh, okay. This is good. Well, it's bad, but thank you for this, Alicia. She writes, my 4-year-old have had the swab done. It's more shocking than pain. Kind of like swabbing the back of your throat. No pain, but there's more of that it should not be there feeling. Sending prayers and good vibes. Oops, I got to keep it on. There is a question here. Okay. Deborah, yes, there are plants that help with low blood pressure. Okay. Yeah, that is something I haven't looked in as much. Because that's not as big of a deal, which is funny, Deborah, because I have the same problem. My blood pressure is on the low end of the scale to the point I have to stand up slowly because if I don't, the blood pressure just drops, and vision and I get dizzy for a second, and then it comes out again, which is kind of nice. But yeah, let me look into that. Ones that raise the blood pressure. Okay, and there was a person who asked. Let's see, is this it? Okay, Doug, I'm brand new to foraging. I don't even know plant identification well, but I truly want to learn. What is the simplest way to start? I want to find out medicinal and edible uses more than anything. I don't eat mushrooms. Okay, good. Not starting with mushrooms. Mushrooms require more effort. Okay, Doug, a couple of things. First, go to foragingtexas.com. Look on there, and on the right-hand side, there's 225 plants with big pictures and different times of year and the fruit and all the stuff you need to identify them. Also, if there's toxic mimics, it shows those, and usually side by side, and tells you how to tell them apart. So that helps. But okay, for an absolute beginner like you, Doug, here's what I would do. The step one would be buy the book Botany in a Day. Botany in a Day by Thomas Elpel. It's available in the Foraging Texas store on Amazon. But what it does is it teaches you how to identify plants. Because what you want to do then is you want to start in your yard or your property or the park down the street or something, and start identifying the trees. Because the trees are usually some of the easiest things to identify, even in the winter. Identify the trees, then identify the bushes, then identify any vines, because that's kind of, again, the order of ease in identifying things. And then identify the weeds. But once you've identified a tree or a bush or a vine, then you go to Google or DuckDuckGo, probably DuckDuckGo, and type in, oak tree edible medicinal. And it'll tell you, all sorts of articles. If there's an edible part of the plant, it'll tell you that. If there's a medicinal part of the plant, it'll share that information. So yeah, the secret is identify the plant and then look up somewhere to see if it's edible or medicinal or toxic. And then for plant identification, how to identify the plants to begin with, Botany in a Day. And what it is, it's after 8 already. Botany in a Day, there's something like 172 different families of plants. And all members of the same family of plant have the same physical structure. The parts may be in different sizes. The flowers might have different colors, but the overall family is the same. It's kind of like, if you go to a small town and you start realizing everyone in the small town kind of looks alike, kind of like that. Or like even in a family member, the brothers and sisters, assuming they're not adopted or whatever, all have similar characteristics. So Botany in a Day teaches you to identify the characteristics of each of the families of plants. So it makes then identifying a new plant easier, because you can already know, okay, at least it's in the nightshade family, or it's in the mint family, or it's in the mallow family. And from there, it makes it easier to then zero in on the specific species. So, and like I said, and then there's tons of videos and stuff that I've produced, and lots of other. Green Dean, Eat the Weeds, has tons of videos that are really good too. Okay. Last thing, Brad, so how do I acquire the ingredients to make the pills? So there are a number of herbal wholesalers out there that we use who have direct connections with the farmers and the mushroom growers here in the U.S., and then also some over in Europe and also in India and Africa. We are trying really hard to avoid anything from China. The first batch of the brain pill, we did have to get a mushroom extract from China, from the lion's mane there. But since it was the extract, we were able to test all, make sure there's no toxic, no heavy metals, no pesticides, and it actually had the glycosides that we were looking for. But since then, we have transferred over to an American manufacturer or supplier of even the mushrooms. So yeah, the herbal wholesalers who deal directly with the farms. We make too much for me to go out and forage everything every day, and because the plants are some that are all over the world, we have to go through the wholesalers. But everything third-party tested for genetics, making sure it is what it is. The purity and pesticides, heavy metals, other contaminants of that, fungal, bacteria infection, all that sort of testing. Okay. Yep. Chirpy is telling me you got to get going. It's a busy day at work. So, all right, everyone. Love you all. Have a great day. Mom, Dad, love you. I'll call you tonight, Mom. See you tomorrow morning. Take care.